My name is Kevin Jones. I'm Director of Engineering at Minerals Technologies Incorporated, Specialty Minerals. So in Specialty Minerals, what we do is supply minerals and mineral additives to the paper and pulp industry. We're a very traditional company. We use paper, pencil, and a lot of engineers to make sure that communications and information is up to speed, up to snuff, enough to make sure that the product can be produced correctly. So that's our traditional method of doing the commissioning, even up until 4 or 5 years ago. Along came COVID, and during that event, we ran into a challenge of actually commissioning 2 plants without the ability to transport personnel to that site. There were also restrictions on the number of people that we could have on site, and in one condition it was actually 0. So what we needed was a solution. And this came about when I was talking to my business representative with ANDRITZ, and he mentioned that there was a application that was in progress to be engaged called Metris, primarily for commissioning and project management. I needed to get a solution in place as rapidly as possible. So we worked with ANDRITZ, really not finding any comparable product that was out there. And within a few months, we were up and running with a commissioning application that did a very good job of satisfying nearly all the requirements of the on-site personnel. So at the 4 locations that we have used the Metris, all locations have been in India. All of them are at pulp and paper customers that we have and supply minerals supplements to them. The areas are fairly remote. You don't necessarily find these pulp and paper locations in large urban areas. So we engaged about 4 applications, the Kanban, the logbook, commissioning app, and the scheduler. They worked extremely well for us, as we have a very mature process that we have in there. So we integrated very nicely into the equipment categories, into the checklists. We already had a lot of that going on our papers. So it was an easy integration in there. Interestingly enough, that we found most people migrated immediately into the logbook. The logbook provided not only a technical interface, but a social interface for the project that frankly was a game changer for us because it was the closest thing to a person being there. You could segregate information to certain people. You could have it classified under mechanical, electrical, civil, structural, architectural, you name it. So it was getting the right information to the right people at the right time on a 24/7 basis. So outside of a region that we have good staffing, lots of engineering assistance, we see marginal improvements of using the app. I think where we actually see the future for this is in a lot more of our remote locations. And so a lot of people think that India is not necessarily a remote location, but a lot of our paper mill customers are in remote areas of India. So it provides a lot of support for that area as well. It's a lot less time consuming. When you don't have to fly people into the site, you'll spend 20 or 30 hours traveling to a site. If that can be eliminated, there's an immediate synergy, not only professionally, but socially as well. One of the best things that we have is we have virtually every single eye on the application and on the supply chain issues. Could be equipment coming from another country, could be supplies coming from another county, it can be people coming from a different area. These can all be metricized, they can all be monitored in that Metris app on a continuous basis. Nobody's losing paper, nobody's forgetting their pencil. So this is critical not only through the commissioning process, but I think through overall project management. This could greatly assist in the general supply chain management for sure. I think one of the main outcomes that we had was the continued relationship with ANDRITZ. Nothing better that can be said. We've been extremely pleased over the years, and I know we'll be extremely pleased going forward. I think we helped ANDRITZ make a slightly better product through a lot of the good listening that they did and adaptation to the kinds of projects that we work on. But I can guarantee you that we are a better company because we've got better trained engineers using the tools that they like to use that are out there. Pen and paper is still out there, but it's not as effective and clearly not as entertaining as using a lot of the electronic and digital applications. We certainly continue to use it because we expect to get more out of it. As we get more trained, we get some leaders that are out there internally. We've been extremely happy with the support that the ANDRITZ people have given us, and they've actually shown us a few tricks that we can actually streamline our own commissioning process as well. No downside, only upside as far as timelines can go. What we've found that as far as a cost-benefit ratio, for us on the more remote applications, it tends to pay for itself just in travel alone. We've got a good commissioning process. Does this make it much easier? Does it introduce it to a lot more people, much more easy? I think so. Easier, I guess you should say. So there's a lot of the softer benefits that I think are a positive, even for a well-disciplined engineering team like what I've got in MTI. We've always found ANDRITZ to be the best partner because they speak multiple languages. So they speak all of the languages that we have out there. The equipment division, always been great to work with. So we've already have a good business relationship. Finding that new direction with the Metris was actually building upon, I guess, a lot of skills that my old engineers didn't have, and that new engineers did, which was the ability to use the digital world. So that was something that was very welcome for us. We got pushed into it. The COVID, the epidemic that came about, our ability, or our not ability to travel, this provided the opportunity to exercise, let's call it more digital presence onto our sites. And we found that the tool did a great job for us.